Yo, what up? It's Jonathan Belcher here. I am rich. I am financially free. I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly from providing great service. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. You gotta say your affirmations every day, y'all. You gotta say your affirmations every day, y'all. But you see the title of this video? They see you even when they act like they don't. It's the truth. It doesn't matter if you have only one subscriber or you have 1,000,000 subscribers. It doesn't really matter what you got going on as long as you stay consistent, you stay focused on your purpose, you stay focused on your dream, you stay focused on your vision. There will always be people watching you. There are people right now who are so happy that you're doing what you're doing. And then you have other people who are kind of jealous of what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like they look from the sideline, damn, I wish I could be like that dude. Damn. You know what I mean? They watch you, but they don't congratulate you. And then they see you in the street and they're like, yo, man, yo, I saw what you be doing, man. Yo, you do good work. But you know what? They would never publicly give you your flowers. That's how people are. That's how people are. So you got to keep going even when you don't have motivators by your side. You got to keep going even if there's no supporters in sight, because as long as God is in your corner, it doesn't matter who's against you. I remember the first time I made my first big chunk of change online, y'all. Some of y'all remember, y'all know the story. Some of y'all know the story. I was at my aunt's house one night, and I was inside of this. I was in a network marketing business, and I was hanging out on the couch, and I'm like, damn, working at a security guard, and I'm looking around in the living room. I'm bored. You know, my cousin was in the room. He was knocked out, and I'm on the couch, and I'm just like, damn, I want to get my money up. I want to become financially free. So I start doing some research on the computer, right? Next thing you know, I run into this video. With this guy, this white guy, right? Talking about, you know, sales and marketing. And at this time in my community, making money online was like a brand new thing. It wasn't a common thing. It wasn't like a lot of people that I know. Instagram wasn't out. You know what I'm saying? TikTok wasn't out. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of this stuff wasn't even out at the time. So I run into this video. And I'm like, man, I like what this dude is talking about. Like marketing and sales, that seems to be the future, because at some point or another, I realized that just relying on a 9-to-5 job wasn't going to be the way for me. You know what I'm saying? And then the next thing I know, I got started. I just took a leap of faith, y'all. And sometimes in life, you just got to take a leap of faith. Even when nobody else is around cheering you on. Even when there's no supporters around, when you look to the left and to the right. All that matters is that you have a vision and a goal in mind. And next thing you know, some time went on. And next thing you know, I'm on the company leaderboards, crushing sales, making all of this money every single month in the company. And remind you, it just took one decision that I made. I just made one decision. I said, you know what? Let me just drop the ego and let me just learn something new. And that changed my life forever, y'all, because that showed me what was possible for me without a 9-to-5 job, without having a boss, without having somebody breathing down my neck, telling me what to do. And then some months passed. Then I quit my job, right? I quit my security job because, you know, I was getting tired of getting paid crumbs every single month. I was going there for like 12 hours a day and I still wasn't making no money. I'm like, yo, this can't be what the fuck people do, you know, for 20 to 30 years. I was like, this can't be it. So I made a decision, and then next thing you know, the company that I was in at the time, they had an event. And this is a time when my belief really went through the roof. And this story that I'm sharing with you is a story about hope. It's a story about faith. And it's really a story about purpose, because I didn't know I would end up here where I am today. I didn't know that I would be actually living a purposeful life today, earning passive income, helping people to get things to the next level, take things to the next level in their life. I didn't know that this was going to happen. I really didn't know. So I go to this event. They had this event in Chicago, you know, and me and my boy, Chris at the time, and I think, was Jamel with me? No, I don't think Jamel was with me on this trip. I think it was just me and Chris, and we had to go to the building where the event was, where all the people who was in the company, we were all going to meet up there. And of course, the owners of the company, they were going to be on stage along with the 7-figure earners, you know, the 6-figure earners, 8-figure earners at the time, who were killing it in the business. So we go in front of the building in Chicago. We're about to enter into the event now. And a whole bunch of people, black people and all kinds of people, Spanish people, white people, started coming up to me and saying, man, like, yo, if it wasn't for you doing what you're doing, I wouldn't have made this decision to get a part of this company. And I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, for real? And this kid had dreads. I'll never forget it. One kid he came up to me. He's like, man, I traveled on a train, man. I traveled 20 plus hours just to get over here to meet you. And I'm like, what? At the time, I didn't know that I was inspiring so many people. But that's what happens when you just keep on going on your vision and you stay focused on your purpose. Is what happens is people that you may not think are watching you, they're watching you. But a lot of times they may not say anything about it. They may not mention it. They may not comment cheering you on. But there are people watching you even when they act like they're not watching you. But that day for me was like a big wake-up call, because I realized at the time that anything is possible. You can do anything you put your mind to. There's nothing that anybody could do to stop what is meant for you. There's nothing that they can do. They can try to do whatever they want to do. They could try this, they could try that. They could go run up to the mountaintops. They could try to scream at you. They could try to distract you. They could try to throw pebbles at your window. They could try to put road bumps in the street. They could try to put roadblocks. They could put barricades up. They could put walls up. But when God is in your corner, it doesn't matter who's against you. It doesn't matter. And, a couple months ago, I became a YouTube partner. I was very excited about that. Literally, my affirmations came true, where it's like I'm making money without lifting a finger, whether I make a sale or not. And that was something that, God bless the dead, rest in peace to my uncle. My uncle passed away a couple weeks ago. And he was like the only one in my family, in my whole entire family, who accomplished real financial freedom. I don't know if you saw my last video, but I was telling you how he got to a point where he was making $50,000 a month without lifting a finger, without doing any work. So when you believe in a vision and you believe in your dreams and you believe in a purpose, what's going to happen is God is naturally going to open up new doors for you, especially if you're doing something in line with your heart. And always follow your heart, and make sure to take your brain with you. All right, follow your heart, but take your brain with you. A lot of people don't say it. They always say just follow your heart. Just follow your heart. Follow your heart. But take your brain with you too, so you could think. You could be able to analyze the surroundings around you, analyze energy. Because to be real with you, a lot of times people will be watching you every single day doing what you're doing, and they see that you're a beast at what you're doing, but they're not going to congratulate you, because they know that any little bit of encouragement that you get could be the thing that takes you to the next level. See, there's a lot of people who, they just stick around because they feel like you might make it, even though they don't want you to make it deep inside. You got to realize you got people who could be in your family. You got people who are friends that act like they don't see you at all. Oh, I don't see you. I don't see what you're doing. But guess what? When that big day comes, when it's time to congratulate you, and you're winning that big award, you're cutting that big $1 million check, you're getting that big mansion, and everything starts aligning for you, what happens is those same people want to come around and be a part of the success. But during the process, these are going to be the same people going behind your back talking shit. He ain't gonna make it, man. He think he gonna make it with that little business. Oh, who you think he is? He ain't got what it takes. He don't know what he talking about. He just like to hear himself talk. Yo, you see her over there with that weave? She thinks she hot shit. They be talking about you as, you ladies out there. Yo, look at her with that weave. Look at her fake ass shoes. Look at the fake ass red bottoms. That's how they be talking. That's how people be talking deep inside. And there's a lot of people around you who may have a smile on their face. They have a smile on their face, but deep inside, their heart is not good. Their heart is not pure. They just actors. They're actors, and these are the people who deserve Oscars. But even when they act like they don't see you at all, my friend, I'm telling you right now, they watching everything you do, every move you make, everything you say. Every time you breathe, they try to breathe like you. Every time you talk, they try to talk like you. Every time you walk, they try and figure out how the hell they can walk like how you walk, because that swagger is crazy. How he walks so confidently. Why he walks so confidently. And it doesn't mean you did anything wrong to these people. It does not mean you hurt these people. It does not mean you stole from these people. It doesn't mean that you hit these people. You didn't curse out their moms. You didn't do nothing of that nature. But yet and still, deep inside, they act like they don't see you at all. They act like they're blind to everything you're doing. This is how a lot of people operate, y'all. And this makes me think about my family because when I was younger, I would realize that my uncle, who just passed away, who's my Uncle Freddie, you know, he was the only one who accomplished that amount of success. You know what I mean? Like making $50,000 a year without lifting a finger. And I have my other uncle who lives out of state, and then I have another cousin who's these are like, you know, they have another cousin who also, he never comes around the family, right? He lives in Boston, I believe, right? And what I noticed was these three guys who are very successful, I noticed that they don't come around. When I was younger, I would always notice they don't come around the family much. Like we could have family functions, parties being thrown, you know what I'm saying? Like Soul Food Sunday, we would have Soul Food Sunday at my cousin's house. All of these events over the years would go by, and I would never see these three, my uncle, my other uncle, and my cousin, right? They're all older, right? Of course, my uncle just passed, one of them just passed away though, right? But I would notice from a young age, I'd be like, yo, why they never come around the family? I would always think this in the back of my mind, like they always stay away. And I always thought, I'm like, damn, is it like, you know, no, what's the problem? You know, why? You know, you see everybody else in your family, they coming around and they checking up and they pulling up. And at some point, what I realized as I got older and I started to realize what goes on in families and in life is that your family be dysfunctional as fuck. You know, just be real with you. You ever been a part of, are you a part of a dysfunctional family? Like, are you a part of a family that's not functioning to the best of its ability or functioning how it should be functioning when you say blood is blood and stuff like that? You know what I'm talking about? Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Where you like, yo, you're looking at your family and you're like, well, the only thing connecting us really is blood, kind of. You know what I mean? And nothing else other than that. But I would always notice and question why they never came around. But a couple years ago, it all hit me, and I'm like, damn, well, what did these guys go through? What did they see? What energies did they pick up on within the family that made them want to say, ah, man, let me just stay away. Let me just focus on what I'm focusing on. Let me just do my thing in my business. Let me just make my money, and I'll see them when I see them. And you like, damn, why they kind of, you know, excluding everybody else in the family? You know, I would think like maybe there's something wrong with them. But as I got older and I started to realize, you know, a lot of the people I was around in my family, and I started to peep certain movements, and I started to peep certain energies and certain auras, I started to realize that these people, these my cousin and my uncles, they had a reason for staying away. And a lot of it, I think, is because they experience less stress, they have more peace, you know, not being around some type of fake energy, you know. They have more peace, not coming around seeing people smiling up in their face, acting like they for them, but deep inside they don't like their success. You gotta understand, this happens. This happens even in families. This happens sometimes among friends. Sometimes this just happens, you know, there's just a certain level of negative, dark energy that can be felt, and you're looking at people and you're like, why they never come around? But really and truly, those people be smart ass people. They be smart, and they realize stuff from a very young age or whatever. They realize stuff as they coming up, and they like, do I want to be around them? Do I want to come around? Do I want to be available for this? For what? What is, you know, what are they really for? What is the real purpose? You know, you may have 2% of people in your whole entire family, or 2% of friends, or 5% of friends who actually mean you good. And if you even have 2% of people in your family or 2% of your friends, I want you to know, who mean you good, that is a blessing, a big blessing. Like you don't understand how blessed you are just to have a couple real supporters in your corner. You don't need everybody supporting you. You don't really need 1 million subscribers. You don't really need $1 million to make $1 million. You don't really need 1 million friends to become successful. You could do something by yourself. You could be focused on a vision and a purpose by yourself every single day, staying consistent. And let me tell you, that could be enough that could change your whole entire life. And you say, how? Because I'm living proof it's possible. Somehow or another, I kept working, got on leaderboard after leaderboard in these companies, you know, and started to make passive income, became a YouTube partner. Now tonight, I'm about to drop a new song, right? I'm going to tell a story on this song. The song is called I Want Everything, right? I want everything, right? The song is a little sarcastic, but I'm going to drop it tonight. But the thing is, what I realize is that sometimes people don't always have the best intentions in mind for you. You know, you could be there showing somebody love, and you could be there supporting people, and you could be there, checking up on people and shouting out people. And then you realize that the more you come around, right, the more available you make yourself, the more accessible you become. You start to realize the manipulative tactics that they use. Let me take a sip of lemonade. There's to freedom, baby. Drop a comment below. Let me know if I'm being too real. Somebody let me know if I'm being too real. But this is how it is in life. And when you're younger, you may not be able to realize who's really trying to help people and who's really not, who just talk a good game. You may not be able to realize it when you're young. But there's a lot of people who just talk a good game. But they ain't really about no real purpose. They ain't really about no real vision. And when they come around you, they can't understand why you still have so much joy in your heart. They can't understand when things is tumbling down and the house is burning down and the deck of cards is falling and the money might have slowed up, but yet and still they come around you and your aura is beaming with light, and they can't understand it because they can never walk in your shoes. They can never walk in your shoes. I'm just telling you right now, they can never walk in your shoes. So you've been there having so much joy, and to be real with you, because of your joy alone, not because of anything you may have, just because of your joy alone, they can't figure it out because they like, what reason do you have to be happy? What the fuck reason you have to be happy? And they like, look, I got my job, I'm making money, I feel like, and I'm still mad. So why the fuck you happy? Why the fuck you got joy in your heart? That's what people are thinking. So any bit of joy that you have, and you show people who may be in an inferior place spiritually, or maybe in an insecure place on the inside, that joy, just that joy alone, can offend them. So you there wondering why your friend group might have turned their back on you. You wondering why you've been alone lately. But it's because you were chosen one that God chose. You know how they say God gives the hardest battles to his chosen children. You know how they say that, right? But a lot of times, some of y'all run away from y'all alone time. Y'all run away from y'all solitude. Y'all scared of y'all solitude, not realizing that in y'all solitude, God is trying to talk to you. God is trying to teach you a lesson. God is trying to sit you down and say, yo, you don't see what's going on around you? You don't realize yet that you don't need these people? That's what God is saying. You don't realize yet that you don't got to kiss up to these people and you don't got to kiss no ass to get to where you got to go, because at the end of the day, the same way you came in here by yourself, you're going to leave by yourself. You know what I mean? Who's that? Who's that? Okay, I thought that was somebody trying to infiltrate. You know what I mean? They don't be happy. Not everybody's happy for you. You got to realize that, and it's okay. It's a part of life, and it's a part. It comes with the territory. I'm telling you, it comes with the territory, because a lot of stuff, even when it came to business, and early on when I had success, and I went to that event, and that kid told me how inspired he was to come just to see me. He said he wouldn't have even joined a lot of people told me straight up and down. They said, yo, John, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be in this company. If I didn't see you, if I didn't see your video and I didn't watch your inspirational talks, I wouldn't even be in this company. That's what people told me to my face. And they would interview me, pull out cameras and all that at the events. So that's when I realized, okay, this is probably bigger than what I think it is. You know what I'm saying? But as time went on and I kept going on leaderboards of other companies and I kept having more success, eventually there was dark energy that came. There was somebody who came and he posed as my friend. But deep inside, I met him online and everything. Deep inside, he didn't have good intentions in mind for me. And it wasn't revealed right away. At the time, I was naive and I thought, everybody had a good heart. Because when you're a person who trusts and you have a good heart, right? When you're a person who trusts and you have a good heart, what happens is you expect other people to trust and you expect them to have a good heart as well. When you're moving through life and you're being genuine, you kind of naturally think, oh, everybody else is genuine. You know what I'm saying? So at this time, I was real naive, and I was buddy-buddy with some people who didn't have the best interest in mind. So what we did was we came together and we formulated a group, right? We formulated a group. And I didn't even notice that some of the jokes that this kid was making was actually subtle jabs and little hating remarks to me. Like, he would say things like, yo, how you make money and you don't do nothing? And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? How I make money and I don't do nothing? I'm on these fucking video calls with your ass every day. We doing these webinars, we setting up, we talking on the phone, we planning this, we planning that. And I think it was because maybe he felt like he was working harder than me. he was deserving of more than me. I think that's maybe what he thought. You know what I'm saying? But basically what happened was his true colors came to light, and then it all just came out of nowhere, and he just like, betrayed me on some crazy shit. And then from that was my first experience where I really learned, and I was like, okay, all right, well, I didn't know what it's for because I didn't owe him any money. He had his business, I had my business, I was making my money, he was making his money. I never had any exchange of words with him, I never had any argument with him. So I was just like, yo, where's this coming from? So anyway, that was that. And then I just moved on, right? I went harder, I did what I had to do, and then time went on, and then it's like, what I realized when I look back on the situation now, right? Because this stuff will happen to you in your life and you're not realizing it as it's going on. But when you look back at the situation, you're like, oh, God was trying to show me something. And everything in your life, you got to understand that everything, 300 to freedom, baby. 300 to freedom. You got to realize that everything in your life happens for a reason. Sometimes God will get rid of people out your life. God will make people separate from you. God will purposely make things happen, fall outs happen, and you there trying to fight on the people. You there trying to fight onto a relationship. You there trying to fight for a friendship. Meanwhile, it's God don't want you to be fucking with that person or those people because there's something better out there for you. Somebody drop a comment when you feel like I'm no longer telling the truth. Let me know. Let me know if I'm not telling the truth, y'all. Somebody let me know. Somebody let me know if I'm not telling the truth. But this is how it goes. So I would always wonder. So when recently when my Uncle Freddie passed away, I was just thinking about his life, and I just was thinking about the commentary over the years about him being to himself, him kind of being distant, not really messing with people, and he had a lot of money. So I always wonder. I'm like, damn, why wouldn't he be more generous if he had that type of money? But then I thought about it, another part of me thought about it, and I was like, well, maybe there's a whole nother side to this story. Maybe he heard conversations that I didn't hear, Maybe he overheard certain things where he knew people who had ill wishes for him, even though there was blood in his family, because guess what? He was so affluent, he didn't have to work. Meanwhile, they had to go to work and bust their ass every day. So that little stuff like that could cause jealousy and envy. So I look at it and I'm like, damn, well, maybe he stayed away from the family because he felt like, yo, I'm a target of a target of some kind. You know what I'm saying? And then people, it's not always about possessions or what somebody has. It's not always about that. Somebody could have more than you and still just hate you because of the love you receive. That could be it. They could have more possessions, more things, but something else in their life might not just be going right. And for that, you might have that might be going right for you. And that's just enough reason for them to be like, yo, I don't like you. I don't like this person. A person could have issues with their siblings, let's just say, for example, right? And they got more than you, but they got issues with their siblings, right? They got more shit than you. They got more money coming in than you. They got things flowing, right? Everything's going good in their life, right? But they don't have a good bond with their siblings. And let's just say, for example, they get around you and they see the good relationship you have with your siblings, and now they get angry about that. They get jealous about that because that's an insecure topic for them. Somebody stop me from telling the truth, man. Somebody drop a comment. If I'm being too real, just drop a comment. Just say it, John. You being too real, man. You saying too much. You talking too damn much. I don't want to hear this, John. Turn the damn camera. But it's real shit. But you got to understand that jealousy is just love and hate at the same time. That's all it is. But they can never really be you. They can never steal your passion. They can never steal your joy. They can never steal your purpose because you too far deep in to turn back at this point. They ain't stopping nothing. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, no matter what they think they on, it ain't going to work. No matter what they try. It don't matter what they try. It don't matter who they go see. It don't matter what they try to plan. They can't stop what you got going on because God gave you your vision, and it's not for them to understand. It's for you to understand. God gave you a vision. It's not for them to understand. It's for you to understand. And once you understand and you move in line with that vision, things are naturally going to start to open up for you because you're doing good. You're doing right. You're not out here trying to rob people. You're not out here trying to hurt people. Even with the little you got, you trying to help people. Even with the little you got, you trying to say, yo, who can I give a little bit of this to? Even with the little you got, and even with the lot they got, they're not looking to help nobody. And they can't understand why you have that aura. They can't understand why you have that essence about you. And people will get mad about this. People get mad about this. And I remember I shared this story with you before about my cousin who passed away. You know, God bless the dead. His own friend did it, right? His own friend went to his house, and you know the story, right? You know the story. He evidently he trusted his friend, let him in his house and everything, and his own friend murdered him. You get what I'm saying? His own friend murdered him. That was supposed to be a big wake-up call to the whole family, to everybody, you know? Not just because, and the thing is, because my cousin never had no ill wishes against anybody. You know? He never did any crime to anybody. He never hurt this friend. All he did was try to help this friend. He put this friend on to a lot of opportunities having to do with the business he was in. You know what I'm saying? And he still did what he did. And what happened was the friend went to jail and he killed himself in jail. Because he couldn't deal with his conscience. And a lot of people, they don't even know why they dislike you. They don't even, all it comes from is a place of inferiority, right? Or insecurity. That's all they need is one insecurity to have, and that could be enough for them to act like, yo, I don't see what you're doing. I don't know what the hell you're doing. They act like they don't even see you. They don't want to support you. But guess what? When you go to the functions and you go to the corner store and you walk through your neighborhood, they're gonna be mentioning what you're doing, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? How you know about my music? Or how she know about my videos? How they know about what I'm doing? You be scratching your head. You like, she said my music. She never commented on my music. Why? How he telling me he like my music? He said my music is fire, but he ain't never leave no comment on my Instagram. He ain't never like nothing. He ain't never say yo. He ain't never share nothing. He ain't never drop a comment say with emojis, nothing. But in person, they gonna show you all this love. Yo, what up, man? Yo, you my dude, bro. Yo, keep doing what you doing, bro. Blah, blah, blah. That's how these actors are. These actors are better than Denzel Washington. They better than damn Samuel L. Jackson. They better than damn Johnny Depp. That's how people are. That's how people are. You gotta stop questioning why people are the way they are and just realize they gonna be who they are, and they actors, and that's what actors are supposed to do. That's what haters are supposed to do. That's their job. And the more you stay in line with your purpose, the more hate you gonna get. But at the same time, the more love you gonna get, and the more doors are gonna open up for you. But the more you stay in line with your purpose, understand that a hater's job is to hate. That's what they supposed to hate. That's what they supposed to do. See, one thing about me, I respect people. That's why I respected Trump, right? What I respected most about Trump was that he was openly who he was. You couldn't question who he was. You couldn't question if he was a snake or not. You couldn't question if he had any ill intentions, because anything he felt, he just said. But people hated him for that. But me, I like to be able to know my enemy from across the street. I like to know my enemy from a mile away than to have somebody buddy, oh, you my friend, you my boy, and then when it come time to really like look out in the best way they can't even do that. But guess what? When they see you, they're gonna tell you how they see you, but guess what? That conversation is in private. You know why that conversation is in private? I'm about to tell you right now. The conversation, when they talk to you and compliment you on what you're doing, they only tell you. But when it comes to social media and them showing people, you know, that they like your stuff, for example, let's just say, for example, right? You can check out the link below. You can check out my music and all that stuff. You can check out whatever you want to check out. My music is in the link below, right? If you want to go to my streaming services and check out my music. It's hip-hop music. I'm going to give you the heads up that it is some profanity in my music, but it is some good stuff. It got some storytelling. It got some bars in there, you know, got some crazy hooks in there. What I'm going to be doing soon is dropping songs with just choruses and just giving it to other artists so y'all could get on it, jump on it, and we could all shine together. You know what I mean? That's what it's really about. But the reason why they tell you in private, but they can't tell you on no Instagram or Facebook, they won't never comment, is because secretly behind your back, they've been talking bad about you. So if a person's secretly talking bad about you with somebody else, right? They talking bad about you, they saying all of this negative shit about you to somebody else, and they go on Instagram and they start championing you and liking your shit, what other people gonna say when they scrolling through and they looking at the comments, they're gonna be like, hold on, but this dude was just saying that, was just talking bad about this dude. This dude was just dissing this dude. Or she was just dissing her about what she wearing, about her weave and about her shape. And, oh, she was talking about, oh, she got a BBL and she ain't real. You know what I'm saying? But that's why, that be the real reason why they can't openly say that they see you, or they can't openly congratulate you. But you got to realize they see every damn thing you do. But ain't nothing they could do to stop it. There ain't nothing they could do. But they see everything you do. Trust me, you gotta believe that. They see it. They see it because you wanna just listen to the little comments. When you listen to the little comments, what people do is they reveal themselves. When they talk, they don't even realize in regular conversation. People don't even realize in regular conversation, they reveal themselves. If you just listen keenly, and you're gonna know exactly who you're dealing with. You see, everybody can have a mask and a facade and present themselves a certain way. But who are they on the inside, deep inside? What are they really trying to do? What's their mission? What are they trying to do? What's their purpose? What's their vision? That's what you got to ask yourself. What does this person really want to do from the deep inside? What do they feel good doing deep inside? And the minute you realize they ain't really on what you on, they ain't really, they ain't really for you like they acting and portraying this image like, oh, I really support, that's how they going. They acting like, right? The minute you realize they ain't really what they acting like, you gotta just back away, right? And take it for what it is. But it's okay. It's a part of the journey. When you are chosen one, you're gonna experience opposition. It comes with the territory, baby. So stop complaining. You know what I mean? Stop complaining. But I'm just here to let you know that it's funny. When you see it, it's funny. If you know what I'm talking about, drop a comment. If you know exactly what I'm talking about, drop a comment. But it's funny how it is. But I went from being in that company on the leaderboards to making all this money online, quitting my job, to becoming a YouTube partner now. Shout out to Leo Cohen, who owns YouTube, right? And shout out to Mark Zuckerberg. I appreciate you, Mark Zuckerberg, for allowing me to use your platform for as long as you did. I really, really appreciate that. I appreciate you. Even though you deleted my accounts. But it's okay, Mark Zuckerberg. I appreciate you for watching me. And I just want to say I appreciate you for the time that I did have on Facebook. And shout out to Leo Cohen, because we taking this to the moon, baby. I ain't never going to stop. I'm letting you know right now. Until the very end, I'm going to be here showing up for you. I don't know who's the chosen one out there. I don't know. Those of you out there, y'all been rocking me for a long time. Y'all been supporting me for a long time. I do this for you. And I would never stop doing what I do. I would never stop believing in you. I would never stop getting on these videos and dropping these jewels, dropping these gems. I know sometimes I might share some weird shit sometimes, right? I might share some questionable shit that you might not, it might rub you the wrong way because you might not be ready for the information all the time. I understand that. But trust me, what I do is to give you hope and to give you faith to realize that there's a lot of actors out here. And stop second guessing and question if they really for you or not. When they show your hand, when they show that hand, believe them. Take it for what it is. Don't try to argue it down and be like, is it really that? Is he really on that type of time? Is she really against me? Do she really want my boyfriend? Is she really trying to get with my man? I don't know, because, Tamika been my friend for like 3 years. I don't think she will ever try to get with my man. Yes, she fucking would. Yes, she fucking would. Do you see the signs? Do you see the evidence? Do you see evidence? If you see the evidence, baby, stop tricking yourself. Stop being naive, baby. They don't like when I talk like this, baby. Somebody drop a comment if you don't like when I talk like this. Somebody drop a comment. Drop a comment. They don't like when I talk like this. They don't like it. They don't like it. But Tamika really been digging your man. She has been. She has been. All them signs, them little eyes she been giving your man, and that little tap under the table that Tamika been doing. Tamika been trying to, yo man, you gotta stop questioning Tamika. Stop questioning this shit and just realize it is what it is. And deal with Tamika accordingly. Just deal with Tamika accordingly. That's all. Don't mean you got to punch her in the face or nothing, but just understand who you're dealing with. Because when you understand who you're dealing with people, you can know how to navigate in a way where you don't allow them to manipulate you. Because that's what these people will do. They will drain you and they will manipulate you. And in times when it's time to joke, they're going to say a joke, but it's going to have a little hating undertone to it. You know what I mean? That's what they're going to do. And I've heard this from many people. Even people, I've been shocked to hear some of the things they say to me. And I've been like, oh, shit. But when I was younger, I used to look at it like, damn, like, I would never do that type of thing to them. I'd never say these things about them. Like, and then as I got older, I realized, oh, this is just how they are. And most people are like that, to be real with you. They're going to act like they don't see you. They're going to act like they don't know what you're doing. But deep inside, they respect everything you're doing. They love what you're doing. They secretly are admirers. And these people are near and dear to your heart. And just use these people for more fuel, more motivation, right? More focused and more divine power. And what's going to happen is all types of things are going to open up in your life. I'm telling you right now, y'all, for real. Like, I'm playing with y'all with switching my voice around and stuff, but this is some real shit. They act like they don't see you, but they're watching everything you do. This is your boy Jonathan Belcher. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed to my channel. I'm gonna see you at the top. My song gonna drop tonight. Gonna be on all streaming platforms. All streaming platforms. I'm gonna see you at the top. Peace.